What it do, T Squad? I'm here, Keisha, with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Miami, Season 6, Episode 10 review. Let's get into it. On this week's episode, we pick up where we left off on the last episode with Nicole having a Mother's Day brunch or lunch for the ladies, since the last thing that they did for Mother's Day went so awful. And Alexia and Marysol are seen downstairs in the hotel parking lot about to jump in the Lambo and skeet skirt because they found out that Anna was going to be there. Now, as they're leaving and Gertie is trying to get them to stay, I believe it was Gertie and Julia, Larsa and Lisa pull up, and Lisa pulls up in like a Hyundai or whatever. It was like her maid's car, her nanny's car, something like that. And the joke doesn't really land. Like, I think Alexia and Marysol might have giggled or whatever, but it was just like, girl, like, do you not understand how tasteless what you're doing is? Like, you down playing people that drive these kind of cars every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't telling you to get a cheaper car to make you feel bad or anything like that. They were saying that, you know, you might have to do that in order to, you know, save your money, in order to live below your means and not above your means. But it was coming across from Lisa like, how dare you ask me to drive this kind of car? I would be caught dead. Like, it was just very snooty of her and very tone deaf for me. So, Adriana says in her confessional that the reason why she brought Anna to the event, or bringing Anna to the event, is because Alexia was questioning Lisa's finances and she didn't think that that was fair nor right when she herself is going through financial problems of her own that Anna knows about and was going to bring up because she had a lot to say. So Nicole tells the girls that she doesn't know what's going on with the whole Anna, Marysol, and Alexia situation. And I 100% believe that she did not know what was going on. And she was like, do you know? And Larsa was like, no. And, you know, Larsa is an OG. She was on season 1 of the show. So if she don't know, how do you expect for me to know? And Adriana didn't tell her about the news that Anna has been going around telling people that Alexia's money ain't the way they thought it was and that they getting kicked out that house. So Gertie announces that she's having her lumpectomy the next day, and you know, the girls are just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for you. I don't know if more was said, but it seemed like they were more so concerned about this Anna situation and arguing than what Gertie had going on. I kind of feel like her cancer diagnosis was glossed over, and it was weird. Like, they would want to argue over being there for somebody that they called a friend. Like, that was weird to me. So at the table, Larsa was like, Gertie, do you know why we drove the car we drove today? And Lisa was like, I thought it would make you happy. And Gertie was like, I saw the joke. I get it. Okay, let's keep it moving. And Lisa's like, no, but it really wasn't a joke. It was almost like you were delighted to say that. You were talking about my finances, which is none of your business. What is your net worth? What is your net worth? Asking all the girls at the table what their net worth is. And it's just like, this is why people always tell you to mind your business when it comes to people's finances, they kids, and they man, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to take it the wrong way. They're going to feel some type of way, and they're going to turn it around on you, make it seem like you being a hater, you being nosy, and they trying to help your dumb butt not spend so much money and stop living off these men who ain't going to always be here. This show ain't gonna always be here. And then what you gonna do, dumb? Like, you gotta think. You ain't gonna be able to attract men for the rest of your life, you know? So Gertie was like, I have never initiated any conversation with you. You bring up your finances and your divorce every 5 seconds, child. Like, we are so tired of hearing about Lenny. So Julia jumps in the conversation, and Julia and Lisa start going at it. And Lisa was like, you bringing up asking did I put my kids to bed that night after everything had happened, like she was offended by that. It was a question that everybody was thinking Julia just had the balls to ask, because you just had this big to do with Lenny where the police was called by you, and she was wondering like, where were your kids while all of this was happening? And she said that the kids would sleep. Girl, you really think them kids would sleep if y'all arguing and yelling the way that you were? Especially that oldest one. Unless they on a whole different floor and wing, how are you going to sit up there and make me believe that them kids didn't hear what was going on? Girl, stop. And like Julia was saying, after all that, you still came? Because I wouldn't have been going nowhere. I wouldn't have been leaving my kids for nothing. Now, I understand she got to come because she got to get a check. But F this check. My kids are more of a concern for me. So I understood very well where Julia was coming from, but she didn't want to hear that because she knows that that's the truth. She knows it. So Lisa Thomas, don't ever question me as a mother, just apologize. And Julia wouldn't apologize because Julia didn't feel like she said anything wrong. She was like, I didn't talk about you as a mother. I simply asked you a question. And everybody telling her to apologize. Gertie was like, Julia, like, girl, like, just let it go. Like, look at who you talking to, who you arguing with. And Gertie was like, just pick your battles. Like, just apologize at this point just to get the conversation done and over with. So Lisa gets upset and stands up prepared to storm out because she's had enough of the conversation. And Julia was like, I appreciate that you came to my party, but I myself don't know if I would have had the guts to come. Oh, baby, this sends Lisa into a tailspin. And Lisa was like, what? You don't even know where your kid goes to school at. You have 3 baby daddies, okay? Did I ever say that? No, but I'm saying it now. And it's like, what does that have to do with her saying, I wouldn't have had the guts to come after going through something like that? Like, I don't think that's a bad thing to say. Maybe I'm just desensitized. I don't know. But Lisa, that's something you've been wanting to say to her about her having 3 baby daddies. Girl, you going to have 3 baby daddies because you're going to have to do something to keep old boy you over there dealing with. You going to have a kid by him. He going to be your second baby daddy. Like, so don't shame her for having several baby daddies. Okay, and so Lisa storms out, but then comes back in. And Adriana and Anna arrive, child. And Anna tells Lisa that she's rooting for her. And Lisa was like, really? Really? Like, I'm surprised by that. Like, she says in her confessional that she was prepared for a full-on argument fight with Anna, but Anna came in on some chill stuff, so it made her backtrack. But Lisa still wanted smoke. So Anna sits down at the table, and Lisa was like, well, I guess it needs to be said, but Marysol and Alexia won't be here because of your presence. And Anna says, I've never crossed the line with either of them. My daughter calls Marysol the rotten corpse, but she's a 30-some-year-old woman. I can't tell her what to say and what not to say. And I don't think that's a bad thing to say. I mean, she does look like a rotten corpse. I'm just going to say. So Larsa was like, Adriana, why didn't you tell us you were bringing her if you knew there was going to be a problem? Adriana says, because you're not the hostess, are you? Adriana shut that conversation down real quick. So then we see Lisa out on the balcony calling Marysol and Alexia, telling them to come back because they and her talking ish about them and they need to come and shut it down. And she telling her that her and Larsa will have her back. Yeah, because y'all ready for all the smoke. Larsa backing you up because y'all besties. You just wanted to have smoke with Anna just because you never even stated what Anna so-called said about you. If she did say something about Lenny, it was deserving. So, at this point, Kiki gets into it with Adriana, tell her that she wrong. And Adriana was like, leave. And she was like, you think I got a problem with leaving? Bye. So she get up and she storm out. Then Alexia and Marysol return. And Alexia says that Anna talked about every last one of them. And Anna says that's not true. Say who I talked about. Of course, Alexia couldn't. Marysol was like, she said my husband was gay. They show the podcast and Anna was like, people are saying he's gay. I don't know, but it's not a real marriage. I mean, girl, you already said y'all had a spiritual marriage. Y'all never like signed paperwork. So no, this is not a real marriage. And don't nobody believe y'all in this relationship, child. Y'all good Judies. So Alexia was like, Nicole said she didn't know you. And Nicole was like, I never said that. Don't be putting words in my mouth. And Alexia was 1000% doing that. And they start going back and forth. And Alexia was like, my issue is with you. Your mother calls you mean. That's why she's not here with you. You're not nice, Nicole. And the old slimy Alexia came right on back out. That heifer ain't changed not one bit. Like, why would you even bring up her mother? Why would you even bring up anything that was said between her and her mother in a conversation that ain't got nothing to do with you? Why are you doing that? But you the main one that don't want nobody talking about you and your family. Like, I don't understand how Nicole didn't leap across that table on her. Like, or at least one of her girlfriends that was there, because she had like 2 or 3 friends there. I know she can't do it because she a doctor, but I would have did it. I would have got up and slapped the holy crap out of Alexia. Because who you talking to? Who are you talking to? Like, girl, your friends needed to be on go, Nicole. You need to get you some goons around you. So at this point, Gertie leaves because she like, I ain't got time for this. I'm having surgery tomorrow. Like, I don't need this type of energy. She leaves. Then Anna leaves. And Anna was like, she said all she had to say. You could tell Adriana was disappointed because what she brought her there for didn't end up happening. Julia is mad with Adriana because Alexia and Marysol are thinking that Nicole brought Anna there when in fact it was Adriana who brought her there. Like, this was all her. She was the one that had the negative intent on blasting Alexia. And the fact that Adriana was letting Nicole take the heat for that is trifling and it's messed up. Like, you don't do nobody like that, especially somebody you calling a friend. Stand on business and say, I brought her for X, Y, and Z reasons. So Gertie has her lumpectomy in her left breast, which was the same breast as mine. She's stage 1, just like me. She calls her parents as she's about to go into surgery, and her father prays over her. And when she says she loves her mom just breaks down and cries. And baby, I bust out crying. It was just too much for me. I did love the fact that Nicole called Russell to check on her, but she wasn't out of surgery yet. And she could tell that Russell was, nervous and scared. And she was like, everything is going to be okay. I'll be giving you a call back. I love Nicole. I love her friendship with Gertie. And Nicole is just a stand-up chick. I just love everything about her. Julia has Adriana over to her crib and gets on her for being messy with this whole Alexia Anna situation and says that, she's enjoying getting to know Alexia. Pretty much, I don't want to have no parts in this because what you doing is messed up. And Adriana, of course, got mad about this because she's a child. And she was like, Nicole also allowed it, so don't throw me under the bus. And Julia is trying to get her to understand, like, yeah, she allowed it because she didn't know what you were planning. And basically, I don't like the fact that you even told me about this mess because now it seemed like I'm in it and being messy, and that's not the case. So Adriana get mad, talking about some she leaving and all this stuff. And Julia was like, but girl, if the roles were reversed, Adriana don't want to hear it. She grabbed her shoes and she stormed out too. But Adriana, you're wrong, girl. If you gonna do some dirt, stand on business. Don't let other people take the fall for something that you did. Obviously, you were trying to expose Alexia using Anna. It was supposed to be a big old thing, and it didn't even pan out the way you wanted to because God don't like ugly. Like, I ain't even mad at you for exposing Alexia because Alexia is a trash person. But why you trying to act like you ain't being malicious is beyond me. At the end of the episode, Gertie returns home from the hospital. And as soon as she gets to the top of the steps, her youngest son just runs up and hugs her and she hugs him and says she loves him, and he was like, I love you too. And she's just crying, and she goes into the room, and her son has a little setup for her with Gatorade and little trinkets and things and cards. Like, it was just so cute and sweet, and she just loved every second of it. Her oldest son comes in the room, and they hug and say they love each other. And of course, she's just crying and tearful and everything. She gets in the bed. They got her set up and everything. And now she's waiting on her pathology report to come back to see if she'll need chemo. And we do know that she did end up going through chemotherapy. I'm so happy that she made it through all of her rounds and made it through radiation and everything. Her treatments is over as of right now. Just God bless her. You know, any woman out there that has gone through the battle of breast cancer knows how it feels, the emotions, the physical pain and anxiety and drama that you go through. We all stand with you. We stand with you, and we love you, and just continue to be strong and fight. And yeah, it's just a lot, and it just brings back a lot of memories for me. But overall, I'm going to give this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Miami, I'm going to give this episode a C++. A C++, you know. It was good at entertainment, but it was just way too much arguing and people arguing over each other and all of that type of stuff. I just couldn't get with it. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.